Today we are going to start our series for Valentine's Day. And we are going to start off by learning how to do a heart. What you would need is a size 5mm hook, or you can use a size bigger depending on what type of yarn you use. Some red and white yarn, some scissors, and a tapestry needle for weaving in all your ends. Once you have all of those materials, let's head over to the table and get started. See you soon! Your heart will start off with a foundation chain of 13. So go ahead, make a slip knot, and start chaining until you have 13. Put it through your hook. Yarn over and go ahead and chain. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now meet your back when I have 13 chains. So normally when you work into your foundation chain, you are supposed to work 4 from the hook. This time we are just going to do 3. We are going to skip the first one, skip the second one, and then work 2 double crochets right into that 3rd chain. And that just makes our double crochets a little shorter. So there's 1, and then there's 2. And that chain 3 would count as a double crochet. So in total you have 3 double crochets right into that same stitch, or that same chain. So there we go. 1, 2, 3. You're now going to double crochet into the next 3 chains. So there's 1. There's 1 double crochet, 2, and then 3. And the 3rd one right into that chain. And there we go. So you should have a total of 6 double crochets right now. You can go back and count if you are not sure. Next thing we want to do is chain 3 together. And in order to do that, you want to go ahead and yarn over. Insert your hook right into that very next stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through once, and then you're not going to complete that stitch. It's going to look like it's a half of a double crochet there. Yarn over again, go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you should now have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, go into that 3rd chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both of those loops, and you should now have a total of 4 loops on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over and go through all 4 loops. And there we go. That is a double crochet 3 together. We are now going to repeat what we did in the very beginning, only we are going to start off with double crocheting into the next 3 chains. That should leave you with 1 chain left. There's our first double crochet. Here is our second. And here is our third. And just like what we did for our very first chain in the row, we are going to double crochet 3 times right into that chain. So go ahead and do that. And then we will turn our little V around and start working into the back stitches. And that will finish off row 1. So there's our second chain. Second double crochet. And there's our third. Now remember, we are still working on row 1. So what you want to do now is pick up your little V and turn it around like this. If you notice the little hole right here with the 3 double crochets right into that chain, you are going to skip that little hole and double crochet 4 right into the back of the next 4 stitches. Now we'll take this down to the bottom of the heart. So go ahead and start doing that. Now I'll show you the first one. And I will meet you back when you have done 4 double crochets right into the back. So 1. And right into this stitch right here. If you look closely, you can see that it is the bottom of the chain 3 together space. And we are just going to double crochet 3 right into that little space. And that will just expand the heart a little bit. So there's 1, 2, 2, and 3. There we go. Start on my third. And then to finish off this row, we are just going to double crochet into the next 4 back of the chains. And there's 1. And I'm taking my time with these stitches to make sure that the yarn goes through all of it, and so that you guys can see it a lot better too. 2, 3, and 4. Right into that last one. And that brings us to the end of the row. We are now going to finish it off by stitching right into that very first chain 2. Technically it's a chain 3, but we are just going to the top of that chain 2. You finish that row off with a slip stitch. And there we go. That is row 1. So this is what our little V looks like right now. And we are going to start working into these back stitches of the little V. And that will start to form our little heart. To begin row 2, go ahead and chain 2, 1, and 2. And you can use a stitch marker like this to mark the beginning and the end of your row. And this just makes it easier for you to tell where that is. Go ahead and do one more double crochet right into the same stitch, and that would count as our first double crochet two together. So there's one and two. You'll want to repeat that method for 2 more times, and just double crochet 2 right into that same stitch. Now we'll take us around the hump of the heart, and then there's 2, and then one more time. Now what we want to do is double crochet into the next 2, and you want to do that only one time. So there's 1, there's 2. As you can see, your little heart should start forming, and you can tell that the sides of it have started to bulge out a little bit. And that chain 3 in double crochet 3 together in the middle is what is making this different a little bit. So let's continue on. Now what we are going to do is double crochet 3 together. So just yarn over, go through the first stitch, pull up a loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, go through that second loop. You should now have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through. You should now have a total of 3. Yarn over, go through that last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You should now have a total of 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and go through all 4. And there is the top of the heart. Go ahead and double crochet into the next 1, 2, 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3. You just go into the next 2 to keep it consistent with the other side. And then double crochet 2 in the same stitch for the next 3. And that will take us over the hump. There's 1, there's 2, 1, and 2. And then one more. 1, 1, and 2. We are ready to start working on the bottom side of the heart. So go ahead, take your hook, and start double crocheting once into the next 8 stitches. Now meet you back at the bottom of the heart. I know I said previously to double crochet once into the next 8 stitches. I actually meant for you to double crochet in the next 7. So that was a mistake there, and I had to go back and double check. In this bottom stitch, you will want to double crochet 3 right into that stitch. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then just single crochet all the way until you reach your stitch marker. And I believe that is also 7 stitches. So just go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Alright, so if you look closely down at this little spot right here, it kind of looks like a stitch, but that's what people call a false stitch. And what you want to do is completely ignore this little guy and do a slip stitch right into this stitch right here with the stitch marker, and that will complete the end of row 2. So pick up your work and go ahead and complete that slip stitch. So there we go. Yarn over, pull through, oops, and there is the end of row 2. We're going to repeat the same technique that we used for row 2 for row 3. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and chain 3. And the chain 3 will count as your first double crochet. Grab your stitch marker and mark that very first stitch for that chain 3 that you're in. Now we'll just keep track at the beginning of your row. Yarn over, go into that same stitch where you did your chain 3 and do a double crochet. And there is our first 2 double crochets in the same stitch together. We are going to do this again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So a total of 5 times. So yarn over, go back into that next stitch, and once you have done 5 double crochets into the same stitch, I will meet you back and we will continue row 3. We are now going to do 1 half double crochet right into that next stitch. Into this one, we are going to do a half double crochet. There we go. And into the third, we are just going to do a single crochet. Alright. Into the next 3 stitches, this one, and this one, we are going to do a single crochet 3 together. Insert your hook through that first stitch, pull the loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull the loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Insert your hook into that last stitch and pull up a loop. You should have 4 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. And there we go. That is how we do our little infant, and it matches up with the other 3 double crochets together. We are now going to repeat what we did for this side to the right side. So right into this next stitch, we are going to single crochet, then do a half double crochet right into the next one. And just like before, into the third stitch, we are going to do a double crochet. Once we've done that, and into the next 5 stitches, we are going to do double crochet 2 in the same stitch. Once you have those 5 double crochets into the same stitch, I will meet you back and show you how to reach the bottom of the next row. So I discovered about halfway through doing my double crochet twice into the same stitch during this row that I was using the wrong hook. So I switched it out for the 5.5mm size hook. And thankfully it did not mess up the heart very much since it was only half a meter size bigger. So now what we're going to do is double crochet into the next 5 stitches once. And when you have those double crochets, I shall meet you back and show you how to do the bottom of the heart again. So there's one. Now we are going to work 3 double crochets right into this very next chain, and that would be the top of the 3 double crochet into the same stitch previously. So let's go ahead and do that, and you're just putting 3 double crochets right into that same stitch, and that will expand the bottom of the heart. There's 2 and 3. There we go. For the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, we are going to single crochet once and then slip stitch right into the top of that chain 3. So go ahead and single crochet once all the way through, and I will meet you back when you have all of your double crochets. I'm sorry, I meant to say double crochets, not single crochets. And that will complete row 3 of your heart. Now that we're at our chain 3, we are just going to take our stitch marker and take it out. Slip stitch our last double crochet at the end of the row. And that will complete row 3. There we go. And if you crochet a bit tightly like I do, it might be a little difficult just to go through that chain. Row 4 is our last row of increasing, and so in order to start every single row and what we've been doing for the past few rows, we are going to chain 3. And this will count as our first double crochet of the row. So go ahead and grab your stitch marker and insert it right back into that first, or that last chain that you did. Yarn over, and now we are going to work 2 double crochets right into that very next stitch. Work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then right into the very next one we are going to do 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Do 1 double crochet into the next one, and then 2 double crochets right into the very next one. And you're going to do that one more time. So right now you should have a total of 12 stitches counting your chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Alright, to finish the top half of this heart, we are just going to do 1 more double crochet right into that next stitch. Right into the next one, and just like our row previously, we are going to do a half double crochet. We then want to do a single crochet right into this one. And then we are going to do a single crochet 3 together into these next 3 stitches. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now remember, you should have a total of 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, roll through all 4. We will repeat the process for the other side. Go through and single crochet once, half double, and then double. Into the next few stitches, we will do the exact same thing that we did for the other side. Double crochet twice into that first stitch, and then double crochet once into that stitch right after that. You would double crochet twice into the next one, and then double crochet once right into that next one. Now we want to do another double crochet twice into the next stitch. Now we're going to do it one more time right into that one. Just single double crochet once. Alright. So this is what your heart should be looking like. It's got a nice little curve going. Bloop, bloop. And then we're just going to single crochet. Sorry, not single crochet. Not sure why I keep wanting to say that. But double crochet all the way down. In the very bottom, double crochet 3 into that same stitch. And double crochet once all the way up to the stitch marker. So I'm at the top of my double crochet 3 into the same stitch again, and what I want to do is repeat that same pattern. So double crochet 3 right into that same stitch. And go ahead and start double crocheting once into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. And I will meet you back at the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of my row. I am going to slip stitch right into the top of that chain 3. So take your stitch marker out and put it to the side. You don't need that anymore. And if you want, you can add a white border to it. I am just going to leave it as it is. Snip your yarn. You're in a nice little tag. And that is what your heart should look like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And happy Valentine's Day. And I will see you all next week. See you soon.